scoring referee in charge of this bout is star referee Steve Gray from Fleetwood. Boxing out of the blue corner on the scales at 12 stone 4 pounds 4 ounces. 7 fights, 2 victories, 5 defeats on his record, and he wears the white shorts this evening. Boxing out of Manchester via way of his native Czech Republic, introducing Jan Ardon. And across the ring, boxing out of the red corner, officially on the scales at 11 stone 5 pounds 14 ounces, wearing the green and black shorts, and standing in the ring with 45 amateur boxing bout wins to his credit. From St Johnstone, Ireland, making his professional debut this evening, introducing Brett McGinty.
Okay boys, if I call break, take a step back, don't throw any punches around the back of the head, and protect yourselves at all times. Touch gloves, you've got like 6 rounds. Shield in now. Sorry, wrong way around, but... Time please!
For the first round.
Well, professional debut here for the Irishman Brett McGinty with Ricky Hatton in his corner. He's in the green and black shorts here from St Johnstone in Donegal, and he's up against Jan Ardon, who weighed in at 12 stone 4. So turn this into a light heavyweight contest, so maybe a little more for McGinty to deal with than he might have expected, Richie.
Just a little bit more, yeah, and also the fact that Ardon's a southpaw, you know, it could be a tricky opening contest for him, you know, a pro debut against a southpaw who's won a couple of bouts as well. So, yeah, but I like the look of McGinty on his front foot. He's looking for that left hook, and that was a Ricky Hatton special, wasn't it? Ricky Hatton was brilliant with that left hook, especially on the inside. But yeah, it could be a tricky opening contest for him, but I think he started pretty positive on that front foot.
Well, Jan Ardon did take a round off Matchroom's prospect John Hedges back in October, managed by Kieran Farrell, former pro himself, and he thought Ardon was robbed in that encounter, and he's certainly not an easy debut here for McGinty, who is such a talented amateur, but still has to get used to the pro game. McGinty just trying to back Ardon up now. Bright start this, George.
No, it's a great fight for your debut as well. Ardon boxing well as well off the southpaw stance. He's got a nice sharp jab, and he's been varying the right uppercut and left hook there, giving McGinty a lot to think about in the opening round.
George is always someone who is a fan of being matched tough early on, but not sure even you would have gone this far.
I love it. First 6 rounder. It's the first rule in the book for me. Start off with a 6 rounder. No dodgy 4 rounders. I'm scared of them.
I remember my first contest when they said to me, "You're doing 6-2s," and I literally changed it myself. So I said to my dad, who was training, I said, "Dad, we need 6-3s. You know that?" My dad says, "Yeah, you're right." And we literally changed it only a few days before the contest. I was going to do 6-2s, but no good for me. Too quick. I wanted 6-3s. So yeah, I understand the thinking behind this. But he's got that Ricky Hatton look about him, hasn't he, George? The way he's coming forward, looking for that left hook and those short-range shots on the inside.
Yeah, he is. He's creeping forward behind a tight guard, which is obviously very difficult for the guy in front of him to sort of thread the shots through, but to keep your opponent off you. So again, you can tell he's a powerful lad. He's a strong fighter. He's looking to get into range and land hard, heavy, bent arm shots at the moment.
Well, it's a good bright start to his pro career, but much to think about for Brett McGinty.
Good round. Good round, that. Listen, that's your own purpose.
I thought some good stuff here from both boxers, actually. There you see Ardon just keeping his distance and range, boxing behind that right jab. That's good boxing from him. But McGinty coming forward, bent arm shots. There's that left hook that we spoke about. When he's in short and mid-range, he looks powerful, landing those bent arm shots. And I thought he just nicked the round. But it was a good opening round for him, and I think Ricky Hatton was quite pleased with that first round.
Chain 3 foot for the ropes. 2 jabs. You've done left hand hook, go quicker. Yeah? Don't wait to feel, keep breathing. After, don't wait for him. Hit, move.
Bonus 10 seconds. Seconds out. Round 2.
Well, Paulino da Silva in the Jan Ardon corner, and of course the unmistakable voice of Ricky Hatton in Brett McGinty's corner. Won European Schools bronze as an amateur, Commonwealth Youth Games silver as well. Good straight right hand from him, and then, as Richie was pointing out, that left hook, but a good response too from Jan Ardon.
When Ardon lengthens that jab of his, and you watch how he jabs and steps backwards because he wants to maintain that gap. He needs to box at long range, but here, this is McGinty's distance when he's up close and getting him back onto the ropes. You watch the way Ardon's boxing, he jabs and then he moves back. He needs that space. But McGinty now, I think he's switched onto it, and that's why he's walking him down.
Those body shots looking punishingly accurate too from McGinty, and he's switching it well. Head and body. Thrown a couple of uppercuts as well in this second round, McGinty, to really good effect. No question who's on the front foot here. Another uppercut there from McGinty. Plenty of volume from him too, George.
Big right hand went in from McGinty there. It seems like when they are both trading with each other, McGinty has that stronger stance, and he seems to be hitting harder. I feel like he's having the better work when they're coming together. That's the sort of fight he wants to keep this.
You can see as well there from the body language that those body shots from McGinty were starting to take their toll. He hurt Ardon there, and again, excellent work from him.
Yeah, big shots here from McGinty. Ardon's got to keep moving here. He's got to hit a move. Again, what he's doing wrong is he's landing shots, but then he's either holding his feet or he's moving back to the ropes, and that's just allowing McGinty just to close the gap down. And obviously on those ropes, your movement is limited, and then he's getting caught. He's got to keep hitting and moving, Ardon.
Noticeably slowing up here, Jan Ardon. McGinty is just hunting him down. Be interested to see if he's slowed him down, if he can find the finish.
That left hook, George, to the body from McGinty then. That was a good shot. He works well downstairs, doesn't he?
It's a terrific shot. And off that left hook to the body, he keeps pumping out a straight right hand, just going right through the guard, and just landed it just there as well. But like, that's been the change in this round. He's had a lot of success with his straight right hand.
The second round of his pro career. Let's have a listen now to the wise words of Ricky Hatton in the corner.
Perfect now. You're getting him now. But what I need you to do, now you know you're getting him and you're hurting, don't want you to get careless and sloppy, because all you'll end up doing is missing by a man and smuggling your work. You know why you slowed him down? Step at a time, let him make pressure. The minute you start dropping, grabbing, feinting, dropping, you're scaring him to death. You're making him punch more. And the more he makes pressure, the more you're sapping his strength. Yeah? So if there's an opportunity now, take it. That right hand straight down the middle. It's working, an absolute cracker. Drop that left hand downstairs, because you're finding that left hook to the body perfect now. Tucked him downstairs, right up the middle. Yeah? Working an absolute treat, that.
Bonus 10 seconds. Seconds out. Round 3.
Round 3 then, the professional debut of this prospect, Brett McGinty, in the green and black shorts, and they were very direct and very wise instructions in that corner, Richie.
I think Rick Hatton was pretty pleased with what he's seen here. He alluded to that right hand that George spoke about earlier. Says he's having a lot of success with that shot now and wants him to work to the body, especially with that left hook. So yeah, I think Rick Hatton will be pleased with his young prospects' work there. He looks very exciting, and like I say, he's a Ricky Hatton type of boxer, isn't he? He's on that front foot, he's switching the attack, and yeah, I think fans will get excited with this kid.
Yeah, Ricky Hatton said in the corner, every time he hits fresh air, you're sapping his strength.
Yeah, it's a great point, that is. It really is. He knows that as McGinty's moving that head and just luring those shots in, when he's making him miss, it's tiring him out, literally.
Gradually wearing him down here. But again, Ardon is exactly where he doesn't want to be. He needs to move away from that corner, move off those ropes if he can. But another accurate left to the body. Does have 2 wins on his record, the Czech Jan Ardon. I think McGinty is probably going to end up being as good as he's faced so far. Just feels like there's nowhere in there to hide at the moment, George.
No, there isn't for Ardon. He wants to keep it at that long range distance, but he can't really get any room off he's back off the ropes at the moment. At the same time, again, he wants to... Terrific instruction from Ricky Hatton in the corner, and he doesn't want to just follow him around the ring, letting his hands go. He wants to pick the openings. You saw Ricky saying, touch him with the left and bring the right up through the middle. Talking about downstairs, but it's literally just to show him something on the left and then land a real big power shot straight through the guard. That would be a terrific shot.
These little nuances that fighters learn at the start of their careers and keep learning. And that's what all of this is about. Terrific amateur, but learning experiences as a pro. Big right to the body that time from McGinty.
He actually just got caught earlier on with a terrific right hook from Ardon. So Ardon just reminding him that he's still there, but you can see Ardon's legs are slowing down round by round. I think McGinty's really working well. Look, he took a couple of good shots there. Probably needs a little bit more head movement, but straight away goes for that left hook to the body again.
Relentless forward movement. McGinty controlling this.
A fairly dominant round again from McGinty. Pushing Ardon back, little right uppercut on the inside there. And here, this is where Ardon doesn't want to be. He just moves off onto the ropes again. McGinty just walks him down. There's that right hook we spoke about earlier from Ardon. So that wasn't a bad shot, but it still didn't deter McGinty coming forward.
After you finish, as soon as you've landed your shot, turn your knees up. I know there's no power in them, but you don't want to take any shots. Looking good here. How does that feel? Good?
Corners, 10 seconds.
As you go. Look around like that.
Seconds out. Round 4.
Well, Brett McGinty's enjoying his pro debut at the moment, but certainly not having it all his own way. And certainly a tough opponent. Durable southpaw Jan Ardon, who's gone the distance over 4 in all of his 7 fights so far. 1 on debut in Bolton against Spencer Thomas, and 1 in March. Remember March against Corey Hardy at the Magna Centre in Rotherham. But he's been on the back foot here for most of the fight.
Ardon has started this round quite well. He seems like the sort of fighter who needs a little bit more time to see the shots in front of him, and I think McGinty needs a little bit more of an injection of pace. Maybe a little bit of head movement, a few feints before he attacks. He can't just march forward, because Ardon's now starting to frequently catch him with that right hook and then looks to fire off of it.
Better head movement that time from McGinty.
Ardon's got a lovely left uppercut, right hook combination. He whips that left uppercut to the body and then finishes on the right hook to the head. Just unfortunately for him, he probably just hasn't got the power to deter McGinty. Look, there he is again, right on cue. Left uppercut, right hook. But McGinty's walking through them. There's no real respect there for McGinty. And then
the right
again,
hook
look,
there again from Ardon, then a left hook.
It's a cracking shot.
He hasn't really listened to what Ricky Hatton said in the corner, which was, I know they're not hurting you, but don't take them. He's taking plenty to land here, McGinty.
Yeah, just needs a little bit more head movement, doesn't he, George, I think?
No, he does. He does. Talk about a change of pace, or even just apply a bit more of educated pressure behind some head movement. Like, the head movement says is nice, but there's no punches to follow after it. Ricky was an exceptional fighter, and the subtleties of his work will go amiss by the casual fan because you just assume that he waits in and lets his hands go, but everything was for a reason. You can tell he's trying to prize that out of his fighter here tonight. He doesn't want him to just march in and take any silly shots. He wants a punch-perfect performance.
Well, much to work on, but also much to work with. There's a lot of talent here. Remember as well, as we said at the start, a 6-rounder in your debut, still a couple to go after this.
I think you're right, Richie. Maybe it doesn't quite have the respect for Ardon's power, so he's happy just to take them shots to land his own.
Yeah,
but
prepared.
Blood to the nose now of Ardon. Steve Gray was having a good look at that exchange in the corner, if you can call it an exchange, but Ardon showing enough at the end of the round. He's starting to open up a bit here. Dangerous from Ardon, certainly. And he's looking tired, and maybe they were the punches of a desperate man at the end of round 4.
Well, that was a terrific sort of onslaught from Ardon there right at the end of the round.
Listen, just don't get caught with them silly, what did they say, them silly swings, you know, the last punch, mate.
There's some good work from both boxers here. McGinty throughout the round was coming forward, but he walked onto a couple of big shots. That was a cracking left hand. This is right towards the end of the round. Another right hook went in there. And then this is more or less on the bell. So Ardon's throwing shots. He's landed with a couple of good ones. He knows that he's hit the target there, George. And that was a good display from Ardon at the end.
it was brilliant. I mean, McGinty, his legs are slightly stiff, and I don't know whether it was just caught off balance that sort of stumbled him, or whether it was a shot that hurt
Corners,
him. But
10 seconds.
he definitely doesn't want to be taking any more of them shots if he doesn't need to.
Seconds out. Round 5.
Quick question to both of you. Has Ardon done enough to win a round yet?
I think he
I
might.
thought he won the last round.
Yeah, exactly,
That final 30 seconds.
Well, Steve Gray will be scoring this, so it'll be 3-1 on Richie and George's scorecards. Worth keeping an eye on as we head into the final 2 rounds here of what has been a very, very tough debut for a highly touted prospect in Brett McGinty. And it's not over yet, as Jan Ardon has come to fight.
Well, this first minute of this round is going to be really important, because now Ardon's a little bit more confident. He's starting to throw this left uppercut again, finishing on that right hook. He's had a bit of success with it in the last round, so this first minute's important.
There you go, sit down, grip it. And your knees after, legs, John. There you go.
Ardon's definitely feeling the pace from this physical fight. And is he now? Is he working off of a big last minute of each round to try and nick the round?
Ardon starting to unload again here, but I do feel that McGinty is the fighter with plenty left here, with power and energy in reserve. Again, Ardon backing into that corner and just looking to hold this time. Straight left hand there from Ardon.
McGinty just needs that little bit more head movement as he's coming forward. I mean, he's very dominant as he comes forward. Mid and short range, I mean, it's his contest, but just occasionally you see Ardon lengthen the shot or brings him onto that left uppercut, right hook. So it's a cracking opening contest for McGinty. Certainly not being easy. George, it's been quite a tough contest, although he's winning it.
Yeah, I've got him in front, but this is not an easy debut for him. And sometimes he might just be making it a touch harder than it needs to be. Some fighters don't necessarily have that drop back to come again with a second wave. So they have to vary the power to give him the second wave. Going back again, Ricky's saying touch him with the left and then, put power on the right. I think that's more along the lines of what you should be looking for now. Pro game's different game, Richie, and
Yeah, absolutely.
the guy in front of you misses and he ties you up, and the referee in amateur boxing is there to break you apart straight away. But in the pro game, sometimes you've missed your opportunity at that point.
Good straight left again there from Ardon, but good response from McGinty. This is one of the toughest debuts I can remember. Still a round to go, but Ardon again landing a good combination, then a left hook, and McGinty's legs are slowing up a bit now as well. Not surprisingly, this has been a torrid contest, particularly in its second half, and now there's blood to the nose of McGinty.
Talking again about winning the last minute of the round, that's a tough round to score for me.
Listen, mate, everything you're doing, it's great, but you're just a little bit slack with that defence, you know what I mean? Getting caught with the last shot. Open your mouth, mate. Come on, mate, don't let, we need this last round here. You're winning, pick it up, but, let's not take any chances. Let's make it certain for this last round.
I agree with Ricky Hatton there. He's winning, but he does need the last round just to make sure. I thought Ardon there, Georgie got it spot on. That last minute, he's impressing and looking good.
Combination. Are you with me? He's waiting, you're going bang, 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 doing all your work, and he's going wallop. You know what I mean? Don't be there for it. Beautiful, come on. Another good has gone wrong, yeah? Come on, he's running in the fight, you've got to win this round.
Corners, 10 seconds.
Yeah? Come on, keep moving.
Seconds out.
Come on.
For the 6th and final round.
So 6th and final round between this Irish prospect, Brett McGinty, and this incredibly game opponent, Jan Ardon, the southpaw, the Czech, who's come here to make a statement. McGinty's debut, McGinty dominated the opening 3 rounds. Ardon had pockets of success, but he's come roaring back, and it was interesting to hear Ricky Hatton say in the corner, you need this final round just to try and make sure, and I think he might be right.
Yeah, I think McGinty started the contest really strong, and at one point you thought whether Ardon was going to actually get through it. He seemed to be tiring, but then he had a good 4th round, a second wind if you like, and it really has given him a lot of confidence. Then the 5th round then is a hard round to score, because again Ardon's had a good last minute, and George, now you can understand Ricky saying you need this last round.
I think he's spot on. He definitely needs to win this last round and win it well. And he's so far, he's lost the first minute. Ardon started the round really well, landed, felt like heavy shots. The jab's been sensational, but again, like you said earlier, the back uppercut, the left uppercut, right hook, still landing. And we're assuming that them shots are not having a big effect, but maybe they are on McGinty, and that's why he's unable to. Good action there.
I do wonder as well about the size difference when you saw that this had turned into a light heavyweight contest. Because Ardon's so big, you did just wonder about it, and this is good from McGinty. Trying to back Ardon up, but again, he is taking plenty, and again, the legs look like they just stiffened a little bit there.
I mean, he's still coming forward, McGinty. He's the aggressor, but he's taking shots. He just needs to avoid the odd shot here and there as he's coming forward. Shots like that, he's got to try and get some more head movement. But again, if you like a boxer on that front foot, well, McGinty's, that's all he's been doing. And he's prepared to take a shot, to land a shot. But on this occasion, he's took probably a little too many, and even Ricky Hatton has admitted that in the corner.
This is normally the last few rounds where Ardon has come on strong. Can he do enough to win this 6th and final round? Good finish this from McGinty so far, but Ardon responding off those ropes.
I mean, the one thing, George, you don't get many tougher first contests, do you? Debuts,
No,
rather.
Yeah, welcome to the pro game.
Went for the uppercut there. Ardon, they both look tired. McGinty maybe slightly the stronger. And if he can finish on the front foot, it might be all important, but what an opening contest. What a debut for McGinty. Terrific 6-rounder to start us off. They'd normally be on their feet all around the arena if it was full here, but we had no right, Richie, to expect a fight as good as that.
No, it was incredible 6 rounds of boxing. McGinty started it really, really strong, but as the fight's gone on, Ardon's got better, he's got more confidence, he's landed some good shots, and again, it was a close last round. McGinty's coming forward, but George is taking shots at the same time.
He really did, and when he's close and he's got Ardon backed up against the ropes, he finds a home for the heavy shots. He always finds the angle behind the elbow and comes up through the middle, but then just stays there and gets caught. And sometimes Ardon's finishing the exchange and therefore looking on top. It's going to be a tough one to score, I think. You know, I'll be really interested to see which way this has gone. I mean, a draw could, you know, be highly likely.
There's a case, isn't there, to score the first 3 rounds to McGinty and the last 3 for Ardon. You feel if there were 3 scoring judges, it could well be a split. It's one of those, with Steve Gray scoring it on his own. Well, we'll see how he has seen it, and we can get and find out now from our MC Paul Booth. It'll be interesting, this.
The light heavyweight contest goes the distance, so our scoring referee, Steve Gray, decides the bout. He sees it at 59 points to 56 points in favour of the winner. A debut victory for Brett McGinty!